11 Love YouTube channel. Today, we will be discussing an important topic in media information literacy, which is fake news. In today's digital age, information spreads extremely fast. Well, for instance, it's because of social media platforms such as Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, X, and Instagram, which is one click, posts can reach thousands or even millions of people, making it easy for both true and false information to spread rapidly. We live in a time where people rely heavily on online platforms for news, updates, and even daily decisions. While this makes communication faster and more convenient, it also increases the risk of encountering misleading or false information by users shares posts without verifying their accuracy. Some do this unintentionally, while others do it intentionally by spreading misleading content for audience attention or personal gain. This is why understanding how information works online is very important, especially for students and digital citizens. Well, the objectives that we will hopefully gather up in today's episode or in today's presentation would be to define what is fake news, what is it really, to understand what are the types of fake news, which are the following: misinformation, disinformation, and of course, last but not least, malinformation. Discuss about misinformation, examples and analysis on how to spot misinfo. Discuss about disinformation, examples and analyze how to spot disinformation. And lastly, discuss about malinformation and index examples and analysis on how to spot it. Well, to start things off, what is fake news? What is it really? Why is it spreading? Why is it everywhere? Well, for instance, fake news refers to false, misleading, or manipulated information that is presented as real news. It may look legitimate news articles, social media posts, or images, but the content is not accurate or is taken out of the context. Well, example to this is when there's a post circulating around that there will be no grade 11, grade 12 next year, 2026. Wow, bro, yes! Well, in fact, DepEd Philippines has posted this matter and has shown that it is fake, which is debunked. Sayang. College nang takubay. Anyways, another example to that is when the PNP posted a letter in social media about an incident where the PNP already is ready to enforce ICC warrant against Bato de la Rosa, which was proven false or fake by the Senate. Now, in many cases, fake news does not always mean completely fabricated stories. Sometimes it combines partial truth with false details, making it more believable and harder to detect. This is what makes fake news more dangerous in the digital age. In simple terms, fake news is information that is not true, but is presented as if it is real and trustworthy. It spreads easily because people often react emotionally before checking facts. Posts that trigger fear, anger, curiosity, or excitement in terms of accuracy and intention. Understanding these differences helps us properly analyze what we see online and respond responsibly. To start things off, we must know what is misinformation, which is, let's say, the little brother of the big three. Well, misinformation is false or inaccurate information that is shared without the intention to deceive. This means that the person sharing it believes that the information is true. It often happens because due to misunderstanding, lack of verification, or trust in reliable sources. Well, for instance, a common example to this is a few months ago or last April, there was a rumor speculating that due to the high crisis of energy or gasoline in the Philippines because of the war against Iran and US, there would be an energy lockdown, but like what I have shown here on the presentation, which clearly states that announcement, energy lockdown starting April 2026. But according to Super Rajaj, first we must know if that account is verified. We must know if that account is true. But as we can see here, it's false. And after that, we check other profile or we check other information regarding to this matter. After checking, we saw that it is clearly fake. Well, it's because according to DC Super Radio DCWB, it is a fake. Well, see, if I read it, may kumakalat na impormasyon na magkakaroon ng energy lockdown simula sa April 20, 2026. It is stated false according to the Malacanang. Next example to that is when it's when DOST Vivox has posted that there's a circulation going around that there is a massive ash flood in Mount Hipok-Hipok. What? And for instance, the post is not verified, as you can see in the picture itself. It is truly false and very, very misleading. There's also common examples like fake class suspension announcements during typhoons. I know we have heard of that, especially here on USDP. Ba't kayo matagal mag-post ng... Okay, like, kidding aside, where people immediately share posts without waiting for official confirmation from DepEd. It's shared quickly because people assume it is real. Lebron, ayaw Secretary Lebron, please, ayaw Secretary. Kidding aside, misinformation spreads easily because people trust familiar contacts, react emotionally, and tend to share quickly without checking the facts. Even though it is unintentional, it can still cause panic, confusion, and misinformation in the society. Now, moving on, we will be moving on to the big brother of the big three, which is disinformation. Like misinformation, disinformation is very, very intentional, meaning the creator is fully aware that the information is false, but posts still choose to spread it for a specific purpose. Well, I have gathered before we go further, we must know if this information is real. So starting off, Mayor Clark's mga empleyado sa City Hall magpapasko nga walay bonus. Wow, that is very fucked up to say the least. I mean, everyone is waiting for their 13th pay. But the city government of the Philippines, or the CDO, has proven it is very false. Wow. It is very false. It's a fake news. Another example to that is currently speculating also is that there will be new laws for Filipino citizens, where every Filipino who invests just 15,000 pesos in this project can earn up to 175 pesos in their very first. Examples including AI-generated political videos, fake election results posted online, edited screenshots of conversations, and fake dangerous because it is carefully crafted to appear believable. It often uses emotional language, edited data, or fake evidences to convince people. It is commonly used in political campaigns, propagandas, and coordinated online manipulation efforts. Wow. Well, moving on, last but not the least, the middle brother of it all, what we call malinformation. Well, malinformation refers to real information that is shared with the intention to harm, embarrass, or attack someone. Unlike misinformation and disinformation, the malinformation itself is true, but it is used in a harmful way. Example to this is when Will Ashley's parents, or Will Ashley himself, getting death threats from netizens across the country. After stating here, Will Ashley spoke up against the wave of online hate he and his family have been receiving, revealing that some messages even wished death upon his mother. Wow, is society really that kind of fucked up, bro? Like, just saying you're wishing another person's mother to die just because you don't like that person is really fucked up. It's just so fucked up, bro. Giving death threats to their own to another person's mother to die. Why drag them in the first place when you would just hate the person? And but before we will start, we will sadly express my condolences after what happened here, because my next example would be Eman Atienza, who sadly passed away a few months ago because of suicide. And it's because that many people hated her, or calling her Nepo baby, where they would send death threats, they would hate her and use the cancel culture to obliterate her mental mind, and sadly she committed suicide and passed away. So my deepest condolences to the Atienza family for what happened. But examples also includes leaking private messages, doxing, or exposing personal information. Like, sadly, I have not put in it here, or I have not put in here, but there was an instance a few months ago where a leak was shown around Philippines where the gold medalist girl, her ex-boyfriend leaked all their inappropriate and private videos online, which is sad and very, very, it's not a good thing. Yeah, it is very not a good thing. Like, as stated here, sharing private videos without consent, and she leaked everything they've done privately, and also including to that, posting real school incidents for public shaming and using real statements out of context to damage someone's reputation. Malinformation is often linked to cyberbullying and online harassment. Even though the information is true, it becomes harmful when it violates privacy or is used to attack individuals publicly. Okay. Well, for instance, the comparison of the three is that misinformation is false information that is shared without harmful intent, shared by mistake or because someone or the person believes it is true, while false information shared with the intention to deceive or manipulate others, and lastly, malinformation, true information that is shared to cause harm, embarrassment, or damage to someone or to an organization. They may be different, but they are all fake news. So, why people believe in fake news? Before I would tell you how to identify false information, we must know why they believe it. Well, for instance, people believe fake news due to emotional reactions, confirmation bias, social media algorithms, lack of fact-checking, and the rise of AI-generated content, like what I have said earlier. Emotional posts are more likely to spread because they trigger strong reactions such as fear or anger. While confirmation bias also plays a role because the people tend to believe information that supports what they already think. While social media algorithms also contribute by promoting highly engaging content, whether it is true or not. Additionally, many users share information without verifying it. With the advancement of AI technology, fake content has become more realistic and harder to detect. That's why before we end this presentation, we must know how to spot fake news. Well, first things first, to identify false information, we must check the source. We must check that if the source is true, official, or verified. Verify the information using the next up would be checking the source. Verify if the information comes from an official or verified or trusted news outlet. Next is read beyond the headline. Do not rely only on headlines because they can be misleading or exaggerated. Well, for instance, there are times where we get interested just because of the headline alone, but the headline can mislead you in any form as well. Next up is check the date. Make sure the post is recent because old news, images, or videos may be reposted as current events, like what I have said earlier when on misinformation. Next up is analyze visuals. Look for signs of editing, cropping, or AI-generated content in images or videos. And lastly, reliable websites. So far, I have found 3 reliable websites that I've been using to fact-check information easily. First, we have Verifiles, where we can search information there quickly and or fact-check information. And there's also Rappler Effect, my apologies guys, Rappler Fact Check and AFP Fact Check. I have used these three websites to fact check information that I've seen or shared or seen online before sharing it, and they are really helpful. Being a responsible digital citizen means thinking before sharing, verifying information, and respecting others online. Every action online has a consequence because even a single post or share can reach hundreds or thousands of people. This is why critical thinking is essential when engaging with digital content. However, before we'll end, we must know that not all false information is obvious because some posts mix truths and lies, making them more convincing and harder to detect. This is why media information literacy and critical thinking are important skills in today's digital world. People must learn not only to consume information but also to ask questions, evaluate, and verify carefully before believing or sharing it. Fake news is a serious issue in today's society because it affects how people think, act, and make decisions. Understanding misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation helps us become more responsible and critical users of digital media. We must always remember to think before we click and verify before we share. And once again, guys, thank you everyone for listening. I am Mark Anderson Balues, and this is Grade 11 Love. Thank you. Bye-bye.